Hi everyone and welcome to day 6 of Chat with Cats celebration of Disability Pride Month. I just wanted to drop in and do a video, but I was actually kind of stumped on what I wanted to talk to you guys about today because I feel like I've already covered so much, but I just talked to another friend of mine who gave me a great idea. I want to talk to you about why disability pride is so important. And I touched on this a little bit yesterday where I talked about, having your self-worth be in the forefront and really embracing your disability. And I mentioned that there are people out there that will tell you that you're not good enough. And I didn't mention the term that is, though. That is a form of ableism, which is basically a form of prejudice that has the mindset that a person who has less abilities is less worthy of respect or care or love or any of the things that everyone should be, given just for being a human. And he wanted me to talk about my thoughts on it and how we as people with disabilities can overcome ableism. And I will tell you that it took me a good 25 years to overcome all the things that had been said to me throughout my childhood and my teen years and my early 20s of peers that did not understand me and did not value me as a person. And so what helped me personally was a few things. So one was obviously, and there's no shame in this, and I'm being completely transparent. I went to therapy. I had also started working with children within the autism spectrum that I've mentioned on several different videos. That really helped me embrace my own disability, just seeing how they navigated the world and how they were able to overcome their own forms of bullying that they went through. So these are just some of the ways that I did it. I also used my pain and turned it into strength by writing children's books and writing and speaking out about the things that I had been through and using characters like Cat Girl, who's the first character I ever wrote about, who's a superhero in a wheelchair. I used her wheelchair as her strength. And that's really what I want to address to all of you, is that our disabilities can be our strengths. They not only help us get from A to B, if our issue is mobility, or if our issue is deafness, sign language can be our strength because it's our way of being a part of this world. And so I really think that that's important to do, is to just not only embrace it and accept your disability, but show the world that that's what makes you great. That's what makes you special. That's what makes you who you are. And, for those that don't want to get to know you because of it, then keep it moving. They're not worth it. They're not worth your time. You are put in this world for a reason, and I just think that it's so important that we all show what it is that we can do, and we don't let our disability hinder us from living our best lives. And that to me is when ableism is going to be demolished, is if we all go out and live our lives that way. Not only that, but we take our experiences, and instead of getting upset when somebody stares at you or kind of makes a face, use that as a teaching moment. I remember one time I was in an airport and this guy said "God bless you" to me, And my first instinct was to just wheel away. And my mom was like, no, go talk to him. Go educate him on who you are. And at the time, I was Miss Wheelchair Florida. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do that. So I did it. And by the end of our, 10-minute conversation, his mind was blown. He was like, oh my God, you're amazing. Like, can I take a picture with you? I want to write about you on social media. So that's another way that we can combat ableism, is to just educate people. Educate those that don't understand. Another example of this is when I went to get beach access at my local beach, and I had to speak to the mayor, and he was clueless about it. He was clueless about what a beach mat was. He was clueless as to why I would want it, and I had to educate him. And by the end of the conversation, he was like, thank you. I can't change what I don't understand. So these are all ways that I think we can combat ableism. One is to accept ourselves and embrace all that is within our disability and really use it as our strength. Two is to just maybe hone in on a craft to help you get all these feelings out that you might be internalizing of things that people say. For me, it's writing. For you, it might be singing or sports or whatever. As I mentioned yesterday, there's a million adaptive activities out there. Find one that might help you feel better about yourself. And lastly, educate those that don't understand. And for those that don't want to understand, keep it moving. Just let it go. And that's it. You don't need to pay them any attention. You don't have to absorb other people's negativity. And I say it again, like I said yesterday. So there you go, guys. That is my PSA of the day. That is my disability pride video for all of you on day 6 of Disability Pride Month. And I will be back tomorrow after I go to a water park, where I will then tell you a story about my experience at summer camp as a kid, and it also is ableism, where I was told I was a liability and I couldn't go to the water park with my peers. So stay tuned for that one, but I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm getting ready to go to my sister's Airbnb and watch the Brazil game for Copa America. Woohoo! Vai Brasil! Bye.